What's going on, YouTube? We're coming up on the last week of the regular season, so we're going to get into that in just a little bit. Let's get saucing. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to The Sauce. My name is Matt, and as you just heard, this is going to be the last video before the end of the regular season. So next week wraps up the regular season, then we get into the playoffs. Most teams have about 5 or 6 games left, unless you're Vancouver, who has 11. Thanks, COVID. Anyway, so in this video, I want to try to challenge myself. So I'm going to have to rely on notes a lot of the time for this video. I'm going to try to give a little bit of a recent events slash forward outlook slash season recap within 6 seconds of each team. So without further ado, let's get saucing. Let's see if I can do it. All right, so starting off with the North Division, teams that have clinched a playoff spot: Toronto, Edmonton, Winnipeg. Starting with Toronto. Toronto Maple Leafs. They're at number 1. They've been at number 1. Moving on. Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid is nearing 100 points in a 56-game season. What? They call McJesus for a reason. Winnipeg Jets. They've lost 7 of their last 10. Nikolai Ehlers, who's one of their leading scorers, is out. Let's see if that plays a factor going into the playoffs. Montreal Canadiens. Had a couple of injuries as of late. All they need to do is win, and they're in. Calgary Flames. 2 coaches this year. Still couldn't get it done. Better luck next year. Ottawa Senators. They are not in the bottom 5. They have a bright future ahead of them. Looking good. They've definitely challenged for a spot this year. Vancouver Canucks. COVID. Need I say more? If they somehow win out and Montreal loses, they would make the playoffs. Weird season. All right, let's keep the speed rolling. West Division. Teams that have clinched: Vegas Golden Knights, Colorado Avalanche. Why are my fingers doing this? Vegas Golden Knights, Colorado Avalanche, Minnesota Wild. Vegas Golden Knights. Similar to Toronto, they've been at the top all season. Mark Stone is an amazing captain. They look like a wagon heading into the playoffs. Colorado Avalanche. High octane offense. As I said in my first season recap, goaltending healthiness was going to be an issue. Let's see how that shapes up in the playoffs. Minnesota Wild. Electric, fun team to watch. A lot of youth. Goaltending has been solid. St. Louis Blues. Win and they're in. That's pretty much it. Arizona Coyotes. Yet again, lack of offense has an issue or plays a role on if they can get into the playoffs or not. Los Angeles Kings. Similar to the Ottawa Senators, not in the bottom 5. Outlook in the future looks bright for them. San Jose Sharks had some glimmers of hope. There was a shot at the playoffs at one point, but they just need to go ahead and just accept that they're going to be in a rebuild. And Anaheim Ducks. Ryan Miller retiring? Ryan Getzlaf retiring? Who knows? They have some youth injecting into the lineup, but bottom of the Western standings. Halfway there, Central Division. Teams that have clinched: Carolina Hurricanes, Tampa Bay Lightning, Florida Panthers. Starting, Carolina Hurricanes. Rod Brind'Amour, Coach of the Year? We'll see. Who are they going to start in net when it comes time for playoffs? They have 3 solid goaltenders, and all of them have been performing phenomenally as of late. Tampa Bay Lightning, former Stanley Cup champions. Let's see if they can have a repeat Stanley Cup run. Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov are going to be healthy for the playoffs. Let's see where this goes. Florida Panthers, surprise team of the year in my opinion, could have GM and Coach of the Year. All the offseason moves seem to have paid off huge dividends for them. 51 shots on net in one of their recent games. Awesome. Nashville Predators, so close to clinching that 4th spot. Just need a couple more wins and Dallas to lose their next game or 2, and they're in. Dallas Stars. COVID, weather, Tyler Seguin's back. Maybe he can help them get that last playoff spot. We'll see. Who knows? 1 week left. Chicago Blackhawks. Do they even know what a rebuild is? They are looking phenomenal this year. They didn't get a playoff spot. However, still a phenomenal team to watch. Very fun. Columbus Blue Jackets. Huge disappointment. Is Torts out as head coach? Is Patrick Laine going to stay in Columbus? We'll see. Who knows what happens in the offseason. Detroit Red Wings. Currently last. Tied for last with Columbus. Let's see if they can get to the 7th of 8th spot instead of dead last this year. They are also not in the bottom 5. All right, wrapping it up with the Eastern Division. 4 teams clinched the playoff spot: Washington, Pittsburgh, Boston, New York Islanders. Will Ovechkin hit 30 goals? He's only got 3 games to do it and 6 goals left to be 16 seasons straight for 30 goals. Tom Wilson not suspended? Kind of a joke. 100 penalty minutes between them and New York Rangers in the last game. Pittsburgh Penguins. Great offseason moves, great deadline moves. Don't understand how they keep being consistent. Oh yeah, Sidney Crosby. Boston Bruins, same thing. I don't see them falling out. Swayman looks like a great backup to Tuukka Rask, who's going to be net in the playoffs. Boston, again, strong team. New York Islanders, starting to fall off. Is that going to be a big issue going into the playoffs? The trade deadline moves do not seem to be working for them as it does for the other teams above them. New York Rangers, again, 100 penalty minutes in the last game. Tony DeAngelo earlier in the season, no good. They just fired their GM and their president of hockey operations. Still, future looks bright for the Rangers. We'll see what happens in the offseason. Philadelphia Flyers, huge disappointment. If you look back at their history, I think it's 10 years. Playoffs, no playoffs, playoffs, no playoffs. I digress. New Jersey Devils. Better look next year. Future looks bright. A lot of youth injected into the lineup. We'll see how they do. Buffalo Sabres. Yeah, slowing down a little bit here. 56 goal differential. I was hoping for better for Sabres and Sabres fans. All right. What's my time? How'd I do? I think that's going to do it for this video. I've tried to wrap up as quickly as possible. Hope I didn't lose anybody. If anything, I hope that was more entertaining than some of the other videos, just trying to rapid fire through the latest status updates, injecting some of what's to come, what's happened recently. I don't know. I feel like it was fun. I had some good notes that I tried to condense. So what'd you think? Let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Should I try to do more videos like this? What other challenges do you have for me? Let me know. That's what the comments are for. But again, that's going to wrap this one up. Hopefully it wasn't too short of a video. I'm curious what the time is. I haven't checked the time yet. So if anything, my wife will just put the clock in front of my face right here and just say, this was my time. So that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, under 6 seconds. I wonder if I did that. It was tough to keep track of. Thanks again for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video. One last thing, as I mentioned before, the regular season ends next week. That gets into playoffs, so it's going to be a lot of stats, as I've said before. I'm going to try to do a bracket video, who I think is going to go far in the playoffs, who's going to win the Stanley Cup, a little bit of more information there. Maybe try to inject some logo or jersey videos if I can. I mentioned that before, but just wanted to reiterate that fact. It's been a fun season. It's been a crazy season and an interesting season. I think next week we'll talk about where my predictions were and what really happened. So let's see how that goes. Thanks again. Now, heading out.